Hello everyone and Merry Christmas if you're watching this on the 25th of December. This is my special bonus video recorded especially for you guys, and it's a special festive colour of deck as it's red and green, and it's Tovolar, the human werewolf, a general that people have been clamouring for a very long time because werewolves weren't really supported that well in Commander or Historic Brawl. So here we go, it's a 3/3 human werewolf, and it has the same ability on both sides on the tops, which says whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals damage to a player, draw a card. So that's already enough to make the card really good. And it says at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves or werewolves, it becomes night. Then transform any number of human werewolves you control. So it's essentially got 2 ways to flip, because it has that and daybound ability. So basically it flips if you cast no spells during a player's turn, and it also flips if you control 3 or more werewolves. So it really wants you to flip the card, and when it does, it doesn't disappoint. It gains +1/+1. So it's a 4/4 now, only it has Kessig Wolf Runs ability from the original Innistrad, which was a land which did this very ability. Target wolf or werewolf you control gets +X/+0 and gives trample until end of turn. So noteworthy is that this doesn't have to target another creature, it can target himself. So it's a really powerful general, and it's testing the deck. It was very fun to play. One weird thing about the artwork is he kind of looks like a very short, small werewolf, almost like a dwarf werewolf, which I'm not sure if that's just a perspective or anything, but yeah, looks kind of funky when he transforms. Anyway, let's get into some of the cool cards on the deck. So the deck synergizes basically by spamming loads of werewolves. Some of the cool new additions from the latest sets: Tovolar's Huntmaster, 4 green for a 6/6. So if you guys know the Titans from the original sets, the old sets of Magic, you'll know that this is basically one of the Titans. A bit like Grave Titan, but that came in with 2 zombies. But this has even more of an upside. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you get 2 wolves, but also you can pay 2 green to have another target wolf or werewolf you control fight target creature you don't control. The deck list will be in the description below. But yeah, hope you like the video. Don't forget to drop me a like and sub if you like what you see. Again, hope you guys have a really Merry Christmas, and yeah, check out the video. Might make you happy. Okay, so we go first against a Urian Sky Nomad deck. Our starting hand is not fantastic, but I do like that we can get some ramp out and protection, maybe kill one of their rocks, so let's keep this and see what happens. They're a Urian deck, so they're going to have a lot of ETBs, a lot of white-blue things that want to flicker themselves. Very powerful general. If you used to play Standard, you'll know how powerful these are in as the companions. Oh, so we've got Rahilda here, so it's one of the new cards from Alchemy, so let's see how this fares. Seems pretty insane, to be honest. So if you don't know Rahilda, she's got first strike, and whenever she deals damage to a player, exile none card from their library at random. Already that one sentence is ridiculous. During any turn you attack with a wolf or werewolf, you may cast that card and you may spend mana, so it's mana of any colour to cast it. So I guess let's go in. Soul Warden, so it looks like there could be a Soul Sisters build, lots of life gain. So we just randomly got a Blade Splicer from the deck. Yeah, this card's insane. This is actually insane. So they get a bit of life because we get the Golem with the Blade Splicer. But yeah, when Rahilda flips, it gets double strike, so it gets 2 triggers at once. Absolutely insane. And this is combat damage trigger. Okay, so do we have a way to kill the core Celebrant here? I really want to flip the Rahilda so it gets double strike, because at the minute, if they double block, then the core Celebrant will be able to kill. Okay, tell you what, let's swing in, see what they do. If they double block Rahilda, okay, so just single block. So this is where we can deal 2 damage to the core Celebrant here, so that will get rid of it. I guess that's the cool thing about having first strike. If I dealt the damage with the Molten Blast prior to combat damage, I could have killed that 1/4 before it hit me back. Draw a card. So I wonder if there's going to be chomping for days here. So let's once again swing in with everything, apart from the Blade Splicer. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to think of Alchemy right now. Quite mixed feelings. Never been a fan of digital only cards for this game. Can we use this as a land? No. We have to use it as a 7 mana spell. So let's see. So if they play Yori next turn, they get to draw another card. It's not too bad. Vivian Reed will also threaten them. So I think Vivian Reed's a good play in case they've got a board wipe. We don't want to really oversaturate. So let's play the Vivian Optic. And then, yeah, we'll get a Wolf. So hopefully they don't have an answer for Vivian Reed, because this is a huge advantage we're having here. Also the fact that she can also kill their general, which is really powerful. So happy to take the 2 there, because the Blade Splicer is giving our golems first strike, which is very weird to see in a Werewolf Tribal League deck. So yeah, Yorin's going to come in, gain them a fair amount of life here. But, I mean, I'm not that scared. Vivian can just tick down, kill the Yorian, so solves that issue.
Sometimes restoration means retribution.
And then I think we can go for the Tovolar here, because if they don't block, then we actually draw a card as well. And we have the Heroic Intervention up, which is just awesome. So yeah, the first strike on that is just... it's just insane. Cavalier of Dawn, okay, and a Realm Walker. So we'll pass the turn, keep up the Heroic Intervention in case they board wipe. So we can only cast the spells if we attack with this turn. Harmonious Archon is going to turn all of our other things into 3/3s. So this is very interesting. Okay, so that's definitely... I don't know if that's how much of a problem that really is. We'll see. Go to our turn. So yeah, let's Optic Vivian Reed. So they're going to be able to use Yorian again.
Nature.
We could... see, if we had an extra mana, we could Storm's Wrath and then Heroic Intervention to protect all of our things. So I think the best move for now would be to go for Guardian Idol. And then... maybe Faceless Agent. Right, so we're setting up the long game here. Get another Werewolf. Yeah, it's a shame we missed a land drop. So yeah, we'll set up the next turn. If they go in to kill Vivian Reed, that will be a shame. Non-Archon creatures. So I was wondering why Faceless Agent isn't a creature. It's because it's an Archon. Because it's a... oh, geez. The Fast Crusade. That's definitely... that's a scary card. So we're going to have to get rid of everything where possible here. So now we go for Heroic Intervention. Storm's Wrath. So all of our stuff will survive this. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was an epic move, if I may say so myself. Damn. Land would be nice. So we're getting some lands at least. Down to 7. Okay. So I guess we'll play a tap land and got to discard some cards, so let's discard the cards they know, I guess. Okay. So I suppose if they board wipe, it does screw us over. Search party captain. So they don't have a board wipe. Elite Spellbinder. I wonder if that's too little too late here. They will be able to block with quite a few things. During any turn you attack with a wolf or wolf, you may cast a card. So this is basically like Robber of the Rich, this Rahilda, isn't it? Okay. So can we deal 7 damage? Quite possibly. How do we pump the team here? So they block... I think we've got enough to kill them, because Tovolar can just pump something. So yeah, let's go to combat here. Swing with everything. And then all we have to really do is give a creature something give one of the creatures a power boost with Tovolar. And it gives it trample as well. So if I gave Rahilda the boost, it would be incredible. Yeah, that was double strike as well. Yeah, that was a pretty epic game. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Okay, so the opponent goes first with a Tulane, and our starting hand's actually quite nice. We've got a bit of ramp and a bit of removal, which is cool, and the sword. So you might be wondering why the sword's in here. Well, it's because it makes a wolf. So that's going to be pretty handy. Start with the tap mana here. Got a nice curve actually. We've got the Kessig Naturalist into the Tovolar, which could be good. So we'll favour the creature over the Mind Stone here. We even have Smashing Success, which could be useful to take them down a peg, depending on what they do. They might even kill the Kessig Naturalist. They keep looking at it. What do they have? Mana Geode, okay. Sure thing. And so we go for this. So do we go for the card advantage? Yeah, I think we'll go for the card advantage here, just because even if I did kill one of the lands or rocks, it doesn't really get me much further than them. If it was the difference between 4 and 5 mana, I would have done it, but it's the difference between 5 and 6, so it's kind of not really worth it. The 2/4 blocker there is pretty annoying though, I have to say. So if we attack with both, we could then trick them with the Shatter Skull Smashing, so let's do that. Do they want to take 2 damage, or do they want to take 3 damage here? No blocks whatsoever. So we draw 2 cards. Stone Rain. So we've got 5 mana altogether. I think we go for some ramp. We've still got 4 mana. So yeah, let's go for the Mana Geode, because if it's destroyed we get a treasure. So that's quite nice. And then we've even got the Bala Ged Recovery plus the Stone Rain, which is quite mean. Depending on what they do next. Augur of Autumn, okay. So they didn't have a land drop. That's interesting, isn't it? Let's go for the Faceless Haven. So once again, let's go for the attack and see what they do. They might think we have something like an Embercleave here. So sometimes you just got to have that bravado. So yeah, that's fine. We lose the Naturalist, but we deal 3. Chandra's Triumph. That's nice, actually. Okay. So next to main. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 damage divided as you choose. So if we went 5, 6, you go 4. Oh no, actually we only need 5, don't we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So we can keep the treasure alive, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's see if that works then. Yeah, so that's a really powerful removal spell actually in hindsight. Didn't used to give it much credit, but being able to kill 2 things is very viable. Loyal Warhound. Okay. So yeah, being able to draw all these cards with Tovolar is just insane. The advantage you get in red-green. And a Redain as well, okay. So I think I'd like to kill the Redain here. It just made everything a lot more expensive. And then, yeah, we'll go for the Sword of Body and Mind. And then we can equip that to Tovolar. And then we can swing in. So now they can block, but if they do, they're going to mill. If they don't, sorry, they're going to mill 10, and we get a wolf. So yep, they're scared of the sword. And yeah, let's just play the tap land out and establish our mana base a bit more. It would be nice to get one of these back. Growing Rights, okay. So playing that out when they haven't got any creatures is quite sad, because if they had 4, I think, it would transform, and then they could basically have a Gaia's Cradle, which is a very powerful card. Esper Sentinel. Nice, so they're going to be able to draw more cards if we don't pay for the tax. So let's see if they block first. How scared are they of the sword? Wow, yeah. Nobody likes to be milled, do they? Even if it doesn't really progress them any further. I still think Esper Sentinel there was definitely worth not dying for, but there you go. So let's give a Faceless Agent. This will seek a werewolf or wolf into our hand. Outland Liberator could be nice there. When it flips and attacks, destroy artifact or enchantment. That's very powerful. So let's go for that. Now, obviously, if they have a board wipe, it does screw us over, but at least we can recover with the Arlinn. So don't forget, at any point we can just sacrifice the Liberator to destroy the Growing Rights in response to it flipping. We can even destroy the Dryad as well. They're just sacrificial blockers though. This is the only thing, like they're not really establishing their field. Whenever it attacks, destroy artifact or enchantment. That's brutal, isn't it? So, okay, let's Blizzard Brawl. Let's make the Frenzied Trapbreaker fight the Aven Mind Sensor. Okay, so it's not looking good. All of the creatures kind of don't really synergize with each other, they're just kind of random. I guess it just didn't really feel like there was much synergy there, unfortunately. Okay, so we go first against the Omnath Logos of the Royal deck, so it's the 3-mana Omnath. I quite like our starting hand. We've got a way to get rid of some kind of mana dork. So let's see if we do get that. We've got a turn to Wolf, which is nice because it leads into our Tovolar here. And it could potentially remove a blocker. Having the Kenrith's transformation is quite cool as well. Get rid of one of their annoying large creatures later on. Okay, so let's see if we can resolve a Tovolar. They might have an Essence Scatter or something. Or a Bounce Spell. Memory Lapse. Yeah, we'll put it back on top. I still want to pay 3 for it. I don't want to pay 5 yet. They're still going to have to deal it. That's the thing about Memory Lapse is if you don't back it up with another play, it's kind of just a false tempo swing, especially in a format like this. So they're focusing now on ramping. Okay. I guess Memory Lapse is a lot better versus control cards because it takes up a lot more mana. Against a more aggressive curve like ours, it's probably not as good. 2 blue does suggest some more interaction though. Arcane Signet. So yeah, that's a weird question, isn't it? Do you want to put it back into your hand or the command zone? Well, I guess there would be a fringe reason why you wouldn't want to do that. Hitting a land is nice because it means next turn we can go for escape. Tireless Provisioner, that's nice. That's a very good card. So now we're going to respond to that trigger. I guess they could just get the Fabled Passage again. Yeah, so they're going to get 2 treasures from this, I guess. Slightly weird deck though, like when I built the Locus of the Royal deck, which is on my channel, check it out if you want to see it. I just had loads of elementals, but that's an Elf Scout, and this is a memory lapse, so it's more like a control shell. I'm not really sure what to expect now. Elf Shaman, what's going on here? Very strange. And then playing the land after the Omnath, sorry, before the Omnath has come down, that's a very odd choice. So let's get 2 cards here because they're not gonna block. Rada's pretty cool. So the thing is, I'm happy to kill the Maldire, but I think I'd rather go for my own ramp as well. So yeah, if we get enough werewolves out, this will be good. And Outland Liberator flipped is so powerful. Whenever it attacks, destroy artifact or enchantment. This is so pushed. Like, there's cards back in the day I used to use. It's like 1 green and blue for a flyer that had to deal combat damage. Oh wow, so they killed it out of respect. It's fair enough. I guess they wanted to keep their signet. Will we get to... How much do we need? So we need 6 mana. So no lands on top, that is unfortunate. So we can deal 4 damage split. Let's see what they do. So swing in with Tovolar and Rada here. Yeah, tell you what, let's swing in with everything. We've got Molten Blast and Shatter Skull on backup. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now we've got... How much do we have? We only need to deal 3 damage. So X equals 3. And that's a nice 2 for 1 again. Hopefully they don't have a way to give it hexproof or something. Disdainful Stroke. Okay, fair enough. I guess that means we're going to resolve the Escape to the Wilds then. So now they're going to be able to draw loads of cards. So that is pretty annoying having the Stroke. It's a very unconventional tribal deck. Cultivate, so they're going to be able to draw 2 more cards off the top. It's pretty crazy the synergy between these two. So it's times like this that Kessig's transformation is going to be really useful. So they're going to be drawing a hell of a lot. But luckily they've really had lands on top. Okay, so we can see everything they're drawing at least. Like, the known information this is providing is pretty useful. Okay. Lightning Bolt on top. Yeah, let's go for the Escape to the Wild here. So still no lands on top, which is annoying, but we can go for the transformation on the Omnath, so it's going to have no abilities. And we can play the command out, that's nice, that's a good hit. And we can still go for something like a bolt, so that's going to be mega useful to get rid of that. So we might be okay for a while now, and then yeah, we're just going to hold off the attack. Yeah, turning off the Omnath rather than killing it is probably better. Because now there's no net gain from just playing lands. So I'm not sure why they did the Into the North there. I've noticed a lot of people do this with these kind of decks. They don't hold cards back. You don't need to do everything now. Because it just means your Omnath, when you can recast it later, is just so much worse. So let's go for this Ill-Tempered Loner, which is going to be pretty powerful later on. So I could Storm's Wrath, but that's going to kill my field. So instead, let's go for the Fire Prophecy. And we'll get rid of the Naturalists in order to draw a new card. And then I think let's go for a land, Signet, and then we can even go for Rahilda, which is a super powerful card advantage piece. Right, so now our things are flipped. Stoneman on top, probably not so useful. The Nightpack Ambusher could be decent here. Let's swing with the team and see what they do, because Tovolar can just pump something up. If they don't block Rada, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 extra damage. So this is actually, it's potentially lethal, isn't it? So yeah, I want to save Rada, so let's boost her up to 12 first strike damage. And then we can pay 3 mana to give her Trample. Also, we can pay 1 anyway. Oh, she's not a wolf or werewolf. Okay. So we can... what can we do? Yeah, that's fine for now. So they will have access to their general once again. But yeah, I don't really want to commit in case they get some kind of board wipe, so we can cast the Nightpack Ambusher in their turn. So yeah, basically they need a board wipe here. Well, they're doomed. Omnath coming down. 1 damage. Draw a card, so there's still a sliver of hope here. Seagate Restoration, I'm afraid I think that's too little too late. So yeah, we can just pump the team with the Nightpack Ambusher, and that would be a good game. Okie dokie, so we go first against a Linvala. Starting hand is okay because of the Arcane Signet. The Veil of Summer might not be so useful here though, but we'll see about that. So it cares if they cast blue or black spells. It's fairly viable if they've got a bounce spell, but Spirit. So I think it's a good time maybe to go for Arcane Signet and maybe Shock. Yeah, I think I want to shock it now because otherwise they're just going to hold it against us the whole time. Okay, destroy enchantment. Luckily that doesn't affect us. So luckily we have got... so let's tap this for red. We've got the Veil of Summer up with Tovolar out. So let's see if that's going to be relevant here. They're not casting anything, that's interesting. So let's go to combat, and it flips as well. So we could just pay 2 to deal trample. Happy to do that. It does mean we draw a card, so we've spent 2 mana to... well, yeah, might as well boost it as well. And then we can, yeah, go for Forest, keep up the Veil of Summer here. So actually I didn't really need to pay the extra 2 there because it was a bit risky in case I had a bounce spell, but yeah, that was probably a bit too risky doing that. Thieving Skydiver. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and black, so this is pretty good. So we'll wait for them to target the Signet. As if this protects artifacts. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. And what could we do? We could go escape to the wilds. But I tell you what, I'm going to go for Chandra and get rid of the Skydiver. So this means you draw yet another card.
I know I'm on track.
So it's a very good start we have here.
You're flammable.
Draw a card. And you know what, I'm going to play the land because I want to accelerate here. Surprised they didn't cast their Linvala early, so they could have just blocked my Tovolar before he flipped. Okay, so we can do some things. Let's go to combat first, see what they do. See if they have any bounciness here. It's really surprising. I'm not sure why they don't have any interaction. Maybe just really unlucky. So, Optic the Chandra. It's a land, so it's 2 damage. Play a land. And let's try for the Faceless Agent, so this will get us another werewolf from a deck. Behold the Multiverse. I'm not sure why they had to do that in response, because now it means I can just play cards without any fear. Yeah, certainly something to be said about holding things until EOT. So they could have a board wipe, so I guess this is a good time to maybe go for Herald's Horn, and we can make our werewolves cost 1 less to cast. And we might as well go for the elves. Not really bothered if that dies from a wipe either. Escape to the Wilds is a very nice way to recover from board wipes, so they do get rid of our field. We have a decent chance here. And a werewolf is revealed on top, and it's the green titan essentially. So what are we dealing with here? 4/5 lifelink on each end step. Each end step, if you gain 4 or more life, create an angel. It's pretty powerful, isn't it? So let's... what do we want to do? 4/5 flying reach, pretty strong. Okay, so let's attack with Faceless Agent here. See what they do. So they do block. Damn. Okay, so they will be getting an angel. At least we can get rid of this one though. Although that does have to survive to the end step, doesn't it? Okay, so they won't be getting one, I don't think. And then let's add some mana.
This'll be easy.
And I think this is a decent time to go for Escape the Wilds, just to push us even further into the stratosphere. And then we can even play a couple of lands. I'll tell you what, let's just go crazy. With the board wipe, that's just the way it is. So yeah, Tovolar, I'm really loving Tovolar, a very powerful card. Top card is a werewolf, so we will reveal it. This is insane, this Herald's Horn. Drawing us so much value. Let's Optic, adding double red.
Yup, you're going down.
So go for a Cartographer's Survey. This is really good. Look at the top 7, put up to 2 lands into play. We only hit 1, unfortunately, but we do get another one with the Rada. So let's go to combat. Do they have... okay, settle the wreckage. We've got ourselves a game. I like it. It's a pretty good answer. So it doesn't really matter what colour we get. We're kind of sorted for lands. This Notvold Slumberman will be good if they had a special land. So let's put the general in the zone. Go for the Wicked Wolf. And Tovolar. Okay, so they had a really good answer there. But will it be enough? Let's find out. Opponent's really struggling for just interaction here. Cultivate on top. So what can we do? I guess the first thing would be to swing. Well, they don't have settle anymore at least. Yeah, the card draw in this deck is mental. Let's go for Cultivate. We might as well just get all the lands out of our deck apparently. Rewind. Oh dear. Rewinding a Cultivate when I've got 7 cards in my hand. Do they have another counterspell maybe? Let's have a look. So let's exile the top card.
Oh, this
So that's 2 damage. And I guess we can go for... try and go for Mars Vandal to exile the Wizard class here. You can counter that if you just... no? Okay, fair enough. So yeah, get rid of the Faceless Agent to exile the Wizard class. And then... so they could have a board wipe. Chances are very high that they have a board wipe. So I'm not going to... I guess I could destroy something. I can do this at any time though, can't I? Yeah, that's not sorcery speed. So yeah, we'll just pass to them. Imagine casting Rada for 1 red, that's mental. So, blue suns for 1, okay. Invala comes out to play. Right. It's going to have to be good, yeah. They just didn't have enough traction, and they just fell to the Werewolves, unfortunately. We go first against a Niv Mizzet, and this is actually quite a nice hand because of the Stone Rain and the Vivian Reed. So we're definitely going to keep this. The Shatter Skull Smashing is largely going to be useless, I do believe, because they probably don't have many creatures. So yeah, this is actually deceptively a very nice hand. The Ranger class is going to be pretty effective as well, especially when you combine that with the Tovolar potential next turn, or we could even Stone Rain depending on what happens. Okay, so let's try and go for a Tovolar here. They might have a Bounce or Essence Scatter. Mystic Reflection. Okay, that's actually a really cool way around my general. Wow, I've never even thought about that before. I've only thought this in a positive way for your own creatures, but yeah, that's cool. So let's tick it up. Swing in. We'll put it on the wolf to make them more inclined to kill this one. I say the wolf, I mean the general, so... Bone Crusher Giant, okay. Nice. So we did miss a land drop there, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's a really good answer, actually. Especially if... I guess they have to have another creature out, but... Ominous Seas, okay. Ominous Seas, interesting. So they're going for the ramp. Interesting indeed. I think I'm going to shock them here, just to take them down a peg. Okay, Guardian Idol, that doesn't really help. But the Stone Rain will. That takes them even further away from Niv, because they need 3 red. And they've only got... what have they got with this? They've got 1 red. 2 blue, 1 red. Bone Crusher Giant comes out to play. Now the nice thing is we can actually attack through it now because we have a 5/5 essentially. Okay, so they're down to 9. And I think we'll go for the Kessig Naturalist. Are they going to be able to cast their Niv? So another... people who put colourless lands into the Niv deck, you're just asking to be screwed over, really. So they didn't cast anything, which is very interesting here, as it flips the Lord of the Ulvenwald. So swing with both. Put the counter on there. We have 2 removal spells, just in case. So they do want to block. So let's see if they have a counter spell for this. Okay. So we still have even more ways to interact with their things. They're on 3. So I think I'm going to upgrade the Ranger class to level 3. And then we'll see what happens next turn. The land is actually quite good, because if they do get Niv out, we can kill her with Vivian Reed. Kill him with Vivian Reed. And yeah, that was a very lucky game there. having exactly what we needed. And just taking a look at the battlefield, even if they did get an extra red, there'd still be... It doesn't look like they're still going to cast Niv. So yeah, there you go. Sometimes destroying one land is enough. If you enjoyed watching this video, why not try some of my other videos on my channel? And don't forget to support me by hitting the like and subscribe button for more content like this.